We good to go? We good to go. Hello, people. Welcome back to the Carrier Playthrough. I'm your host, Chad. Chadfer. I named the last episode Jessica's Cankles. Well, Jessifer. Don't forget the F. Can that thing hurt me? I'm not gonna try it. No point really taking the risk. We've already established that bombs can't hurt it, so it's probably a way though. I mean, if we could destroy the cactuses with damn water, we might come with some sort of concoction. The frame rate in this room is pretty bad. I guess it's too much going on for the old Dreamcast. Okay. This uniform cannot be standard issue, man. She got some damn gym tights on. You know, now that I think about it, this game doesn't have enough. Like, it doesn't spend enough time outside in the rain. It's a pretty cool vibe, to be honest. It fits the game because of the environment, being on a boat and everything. Kind of like Cold Fear. I never completed that game. I played it for like an hour, but didn't like it. I might beat it someday. It wasn't like overly demanding or anything. It was just kind of dull. It wasn't interesting like this game. Yeah, I'm pulling out the big shit. It's too dark in here. Hell no. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold up. Let's just. Ba ba ba. Okay. I think it's good. Ba ba ba. That's my sound test. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Damn, I can't see shit. Okay. I can't lie to her. She looked cool with that machine gun. I do appreciate the fact. I do appreciate the fact that they have the same weapon, but their weapons look different. Like they both have a machine gun, but they're different types of machine gun. They both have handguns, but they're different types of handguns. It's the little things. One thing you cannot say about me as a critiquer of video games is that I'm unfair. I always give credit, even for like the little things, the moderate things, the big things. I give credit where credit is due. I'll talk shit. I'll point out the flaws of a game quick, boy. Oh, I don't give a damn. But I'll give credit to 3 machine gun magazines. Oh God, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I barely use those T9 bombs, man. Using the bombs, it's too awkward. You're more likely to blow yourself up or to get hurt using it than using it against the enemy the right way. But you know what? It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Though. Like the fact that they basically give you an infinite amount of it is balanced with the other fact, which is that it's just hard to use it correctly against the enemy anyway. It's risky. It's risky to use it. You're putting yourself at risk by even using the damn bombs as a serious weapon because of the timing, how slow it is. It's so much that you gotta take into consideration the environment, the enemy type, how far away the enemy is. I thought it was kind of weird the first time around, but yeah, it does kind of make sense. It's really balanced when you think about it. Now, I don't think they needed to give you an infinite amount of it. To be fair, I think that's the only thing about it that's kind of weird. I think what the T9 is the one that you get the infinite amount for. But I guess it was the same logic with the welder. That okay, you're always gonna have a weapon, even if you run out of ammo. You have the welder and you have bombs, and both have their strengths and their weaknesses. The strength of the welder is just the fact that it's infinite, but it has short range. I didn't go through this door. Oh, the sensor is broken. It has short range and low damage. The bomb has high damage, but is very hard to use the right way. It's basically hard to use without blowing yourself up. Speaking of, I feel like trying to use a bomb. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We got a test subject right there. Oh shit. See? And look at the amount of time that you got to invest into even trying to use it the right way. Look at that. Look at it. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Did I just blow some of that shit off the wall? If you could throw it, that'd be one thing. But the fact you had to plan it. Oh, I got him. Oh! It's worth it. I mean, it is satisfying. I'll say that. I will say that much. Damn. That made my night. Oh, shit. Right when I had my moment, they had to take it away from me with that bullshit. I have a good moment, and it's like, oh, there was another one right around the corner. But that's what I'm saying. Like when I say it's awkward for different reasons. If you, it's awkward for multiple reasons. And in a situation like what I was just in, look at it. Look at. Was it really worth it? We look at the damage I just took. Was it really worth it? Like, yeah, I killed two enemies that'll probably respawn. You see, it's awkward. So I did it, but I got hit twice in the meantime. And part of the awkwardness is when you like you don't want to carry it around because you're not ready for a quick reaction to an enemy. That's part of the problem too. So it's awkward. And so I'm so giddy over, oh, I just made this enemy explode. I'm running around with a bomb though, so now I can't quickly react. It's awkward all around. It's just an awkward weapon to use. I lost like half my health trying to use that shit, or like 35-40%. Okay. The good old turnaround method works every time. Not really. Sometimes they're so close they'll hit you before you even get out the damn door. Hell yeah, blew them the fuck away. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Suck my dick. That was a suck my dick moment right there. Sit down. Sit the fuck down. Bitch ass punk. Okay. It's empty. Like my heart. I thought maybe I wasn't recording. Nothing useful here. It's a random story, but I was watching an interview with like this OG gangster, and he was telling his life story and whatnot. And he had a interesting story. He used to rob drug dealers. There's a bunk. He used to rob drug dealers, right? And the interviewer asked him like, "Why'd you stop doing robberies?" And he said that one time him and a homie were trying to rob a drug dealer. Normal day in the neighborhood for them. So they started arguing over like who was going to buy the drugs. So like the whole plan was like, okay, first we're gonna buy some drugs from the drug dealer so that we can kind of get the lay of the land. See what they look like, see what they got, just to get close to them, and then we'll come back later and rob them. And they were arguing over who was gonna buy the work first, and his friend just went ahead and got out the car and went for it. But when he went to the spot, it was already being robbed, and so he got killed because the people who already robbed him, I guess they were like, "Who this guy? Well, fuck him, kill him." And so the guy was just like, after that, he was like, "Nah, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm gonna just stick to selling drugs." And that turned out to actually be, his path in life. I will say robbing drug dealers is not a good idea, generally speaking. But I get the logic. The logic of robbing drug dealers has always been, look, they're not gonna call the police over stolen drugs or stolen drug money. And that's kind of what makes them a vulnerable target, is that they can get robbed and can't really do anything about it except try to get back, try to grab guns and try to retaliate against the people that robbed them. But then they got to find out who robbed them. And again, it's not like they can call the police about it. So it's like it's just a bad situation for drug dealers. Oh, I'm back here. Okay. Well, I kind of checked all the rooms that I could. I wonder if the other type of bomb could maybe destroy that plant though. And this door is just locked. Okay. So what do I do? Where do I go? I forgot how to get out of here, to be honest. I'm just looking like a damn idiot now. What was in here? So let me scan the room again, make sure there's nothing in here. This thing is good for finding objects too, not just identifying enemies. On the last episode, I was talking about, the Chucky movie. Well, Chucky movies. Oh shit! And how a lot of the victims are just really unlikable people. People you don't mind seeing get murdered by a doll. But I just thought of another movie that's just like that. Leprechaun. In particular, I think Leprechaun 3, when he goes to Las Vegas, like most of the characters in that movie, unlikable. Unlikable people that you don't mind seeing get killed. Because the whole movie takes place at like a casino, and the casino is full of like corrupt people, cheaters, and things like that. And those are the ones that are the target of Leprechaun for the most part. But when I was watching it again, I noticed that it's that same sort of formula of making sure that most of the people killed, like 90% of the people killed, aren't likable. So you can just enjoy the deaths. The deaths come across as being like more comedic than anything else. Leprechaun 3 actually has one of the best deaths in a horror movie. For me, it's a great death, and the person who dies, it's a woman, and it's actually the actress who played in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I forgot her name, but she played Stretch in Texas 2, the main heroine of that movie, and she was great in that movie, fantastic. One of the great scream queens, I should say. Um, hmm. Okay, I went up there. I think I couldn't go that way, right? All right. I think there are other areas I can check out. But yeah, she was in this movie, and she played. She worked one of the gambling tables, and she would cheat people out of their money and shit like that. But the thing about her character was that she was getting older, and she wanted to look young again. She wanted to be young again. So part of the plot of Leprechaun 3 is that if you find one of his coins, you can make a wish. And so she made a wish that she was young again, basically, or had the body when she was a younger woman. And then Leprechaun, he had flipped it on her and made it so like her body proportions got out of control. It's like her butt got bigger, her breasts got bigger, her lips got bigger, and everything up to the point where she just fucking exploded. But that was a great horror movie death if I ever seen one. He basically gave her an extreme makeover, one to die for. I'm not gonna lie though, she was a good looking woman. She was a good looking woman back in her day. Just forgot her name. I think it was Carolyn something. I forgot her fucking name, but yeah, she was, man, Texas too. Woo! Like my strat, it could have been an invisible guy there too. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him to put an invisible enemy there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take him out with the machine gun, so I can quickly move and then turn around and look. Okay. Cause see, a good setup there is to put a visible enemy in your line of sight and then have an invisible enemy on the other side of you. That way you're focused on one enemy when there's another one that you need to be worried about, but you can't see him. But they didn't do that. That's what I was thinking. I was trying to think ahead because that's what I would have did. I would have made that second mutant invisible so that when you're focused on the other one, you don't even notice him. Oh shit. Somebody else is in here too. Oh yeah, this is the deck. I mean, this is the living quarters. I said the deck. This is the living quarters. It's all fucking decks. This enemy is kind of strange. He doesn't move until you get like close to him. Should I use the pistol? What the range here? Yeah, it'll do. But he's actually pretty fast. You gotta be careful with him. It's pretty fast. Yeah. And don't assume that because you kill one enemy, there's no more enemies in there. Still use the scanner. You know, just because of the nature of this game, like these types of games, they have to use deception to put the players in dangerous predicaments where they're gonna take damage. Because if you really think about it, the player just has big advantages over the enemies in these types of games. Whether you're talking about Resident Evil, Silent Hill, not so much, because Silent Hill you have to depend a lot on melee, so you have to get up close with the enemies a lot more. You know, in Silent Hill, typically you don't get a big arsenal of ranged weapons, so you got to be somewhat conservative with your ammo. But in a game like this, again, we have a fucking welding gun with infinite ammo. Is that an invisible enemy? Oh shit! I can't see shit. It got louder. I can't see shit. Is he on the ground? No, he's walking. He might be just like shuffling against the wall, like stuck somewhere. Or he's in that door right there. The easy shooter takes too long to ready. He could probably get me before I even raise it up. Oh, it's him. It's that guy right there. Stuck against the damn wall. You a buster. You a buster. You guys know I'm a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. That's my favorite rap group. Without a doubt. It's my favorite. I was thinking like I would love for them to have their own movie. Now, of course, they had that stupid movie. I think it was what was that movie they made? Was it Strength and Loyalty? I forgot the name of that shit, but I mean, I hate to say it, dude. I gotta watch that shit. I gotta watch that shit. That movie was fucking stupid. Oh man, I think back when that movie came out, I was just disappointed. Cause I was like, I'm a real fan, so I want if they're gonna do something like that, I want it to be cool. I wanted them to do it the right way. So I think I looked at it the wrong way. I looked at it like, oh, it should have been this. It should have been like a good, serious movie with high production costs, a big budget, and things like that. Well, that just ain't fucking happened. But I think if I look at that movie for the trash that it is and just laugh at it, I could probably enjoy it. I think I'm gonna go watch that movie soon, bro. Man, I might even check it out tonight. I forgot about that shit, bro. Both Thugs and Harmony got a fucking movie. Ah, Both Thugs got a fucking movie, man. I forgot about that shit. I'm gonna check it. I bet it's for. Oh god. I bet now if I watch it, I'll be bugging, dog. I'll definitely go watch that shit. But the reason why I brought it up though is because again, I'm a fan. And I was thinking about Straight Outta Compton, and I was like, damn, wouldn't it be cool if Bone Thugs had like that type of movie? Like, cause the movie that they had, it wasn't like a documentary movie, or rather a biopic. I mean, it was like a fantasy scenario where it was supposed to be like, what if they never got famous? What if they never met Easy E? How they would have ended up. So it's like a what if scenario of where they would be if they never became rap stars. Like I think Wishbone or Lazy Bone became a cop or some shit. It was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous shit, bro. Oh shit. Damn. But I'm wondering what if they had like an actual biopic that really covered their careers and their lives and things like that. That's the body is covered with wounds. That's what I would like to see. Then I was thinking like, did they have the kind of story and journey that would make a good movie? Like, do they have the events? Because you gotta have the events. You gotta have those moments that can be retold in movie form to make it exciting. Every artist, every celebrity doesn't have that type of life. That Ray Charles type of story. Everybody doesn't have that. Michael Jackson, things like that. Some artists just live very boring lives. Athletes, rappers, whatever. But I'm thinking about some of the events, and I think Bone Thugs definitely could have a good biopic. When you look at the turmoil within the group, issues with Ruthless Records, Flesh going to prison, and of course just their whole backstory, where they came from, growing up in the hood, coming together as rappers and whatnot. I think there's enough there. There's enough there. It's not they don't have like the Tupac type of story or whatnot, but you know I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but sometimes I wonder if certain artists are looked at a certain way because they died young. So it's like, oh shit. Huh, huh, hey, huh. Damn, that was a quick draw right there. Yeah, they died young, so they never had a chance to fall off and look stupid. They died at their peak. You know, like imagine if Bone Thugs, if they died in like 97, 98 in a plane crash or something. You know, God forbid, obviously. But I'm just saying, like if they would have died at their peak, how would they be looked at now? Like now, people look at them like, oh, them niggas fell off. They fell off. They got washed at the versus against 3 6 Mafia. That you know, hey, this funny because Key and Peele they had that skit about them where they were like, "How did we go, bro?" Like they were playing Bone Thugs and like it was a skit where they had fell off and ended up homeless, and they were doing like the harmonizing and the fast rapping, like, how did we go, bro? I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. But I just wonder, like, you look at an artist like Biggie, right? We look at Biggie a certain way. But what if he lived and just ended up like ballooning up in weight, becoming like big pun obese, and like dying of complications with diabetes or some stupid shit like that? Then we just be looking at him like, look at this man. If only he would have lost weight. You know, I'm just saying, man. Dying at your peak has certain advantages. Oh shit!
イーグルフェザー軍曹
マニング少尉、ご無事で何よりです。
え、あなたも。調査の方はどう？
How did we go,
手
bro?
に入れたかしら。
ええ、まだこれが事故の原因だと言えるものはありませんが、6層の火器管制システムを止めないとここからは脱出できないということは分かりました。
Fascinating.
それは困ったわね。
大丈夫。自分が必ず止めてみせます。
え、お願い。大変だと思うけれど、軍曹しかそれをできる人はいないわ。私の方はさっきも話した通り、ドクターから受け取ったデータを一刻も早く本部に持ち帰らなくては。
そうですね。館内のことは自分たちに任せて、少尉は脱出してください。
え、そういえば軍曹、その後弟さんの消息は分かって？
はい、連絡は取れました。後で落ち合うことになっています。
そう、よかった。弟さんには感謝しているわ。気絶していた私を解放してくれたのよ。あったらよろしく伝えておいてね。
はい。
あまり時間がないわ。私は行くわね。あ、そうだわ。これを。
Don't give him shit. I need that. Jesper passes an energy drink to Jack. I need that.
お気をつけて。
He got more than me probably at this
何
point.
か新しい情報があったらまた連絡するわ。
You know I'm going back in there, right? Like right back in there. I don't just leave a room without checking it. If he gone, that'd be so funny. Okay, he's still in there. Okay. Safe. God, he like such a
ありが
doofus.
とうございます。少尉、お気をつけて。
That's a solid voice actor, man. How did we go, bro? Do you guys remember Deep Blue Sea, the shark movie with LL Cool J? You know, that movie is kind of famous for that scene with Samuel Jackson. He's giving the speech, and then the shark just eats him out of nowhere. He's giving a good ass speech too. He's giving one of Al Sharpton and Martin Luther King, "We Will Survive" speeches. Unlocked with key for room 301. Key is no longer necessary. Yeah, he's giving a good ass speech, and the shark just hop up and chomp on his ass and pull him into the water. Oh shit. I'm getting bit. Oh shit, he about to just vomit on my ass. Yeah, I ain't got time for that shit. I thought about pulling out the welding gun, and I was like, let me just pull out the gun. I gotta probably start using the welding gun a bit more, to be honest. But oh shit, this ain't doing nothing. This guy is tough. Remember, I already shot him with the real gun. Oh man, he was built to fuck you up. Man, that damn Gemini lied to me, man. They do share resources. They absolutely share resources. It's undeniable. If I would have left shit in there, it would have been there for her. They absolutely do share resources. Access key obtained. Luckily, they don't share damn key cards and shit. How did we go, bro? But yes, Samuel Jackson guy. That damn shark scooped his ass up right in the middle of that speech. And a lot of people didn't expect it because it was still pretty early in the movie. Like there weren't that many deaths yet. You know, they got to the point where they realized, okay, the sharks are hyper intelligent. They're trying to kill us, and they're trying to manipulate the environment against us. All types of shit. Like the whole movie was about smart sharks trying to kill the researchers and whatnot. Fucking stupid. But it was a good movie. I've always loved that movie. It's a good movie for me. To me. Where am I? But I brought it up because there are actually two more Deep Blue Sea movies. Deep Blue Sea 2 and Deep Blue Sea 3. The second one is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's a similar story of, scientists manipulating shark DNA or shark genes to make them smarter. His whole idea was to I think he was trying to make the shark smarter so that he could create what do they call it, nootropic, like a smart drug for humans that will allow us to keep up with authentic artificial intelligence. And every now and then, like the scientist guy, he would take the prototype of that drug to make himself smarter so he could figure out ways to outsmart the shark. It was just that movie was stupid, man. Ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of a comfy watch. It's like a bad movie you can put on to go to sleep or to clean up, but it's not a good movie. The third one is actually pretty decent though. The third Deep Blue Sea movie, I'll be honest, like they did a decent job with that one. It wasn't a door there on the map. Hold up, let's look at it again. That wasn't a door there on the map. Am I tripping? Oh, there it is. I guess I didn't see it at first. Maybe I was covering it up. Yeah, I probably just covered it up. I'm tripping. Yeah, I forgot. Don't get me wrong. I forgot the plot of the third one. Probably something about smart sharks too. But I do remember the third one being it's a decent movie. If you like Deep Blue Sea 1, I actually recommend the third one. It wasn't bad. She might escape on that ship while Jack escapes on the helicopter.
どうにかして連絡を取らなくては。あ、そうだわ。確かデッキには通信機があったはず。デッキの通信機じゃないと無理ね。
Panel to deactivate the lock for the partition on deck 4. Okay. I got no excuse to get lost. They told me exactly what I just did. I unlocked a door on deck 4. I gotta remember that. Already gone. Yeah, y'all got fucked up. Oh, this was that room with Marcel, right? I think his name was Marcel or Marco or some shit like that. And he had helped him out, but he got killed. Like he had unlocked some doors, and then the mutants got in and killed him. Yeah, we were talking over the intercom. Oh, you can 360 this shit? Okay. All right, let's keep. What deck am I on anyway? I'm on deck 3. Okay, so that means that I gotta go to deck 4. Okay. I think they put those plants there to keep you from going to certain rooms for whatever reason. They must have. It must be some rooms they just didn't want you to be able to get into. You know, I'm digging her part, but it does feel a bit tacked on if I'm being honest. Like it feels kind of rushed. Like they just drop you in the middle. Like that build up isn't there. But I think that's by design too. Oh shit. Going this way. I think it's by design though, because this isn't like Resident Evil where you have two separate stories or two separate characters. Oh, there's a ladder here now. Yeah, two separate characters that are basically going through the same, like their journey through the mansion and the other areas in the game. It's roughly about 80 to 85% the same. The sensors, bro. Damn, what's the point? Put the fucking ladder here. Yeah, it's roughly about what 80, 85% the same. You know, Jill and Chris, they just run into different characters, different scenarios and things like that. But it's about 80, 85% the same if you think about it. But, you know, still different enough to where you'll want to play through both. And then on top of that, part of what makes it cool too is that they play differently as well, because you know Jill has more inventory space but less health. Chris has less inventory space but more health. So it's a different gaming experience altogether. Even again, you know the there's separate scenarios, roughly 80, 85% the same, with differences in like the characters they meet and little scenarios and things like that. You know, Jill dealing with Barry, Chris dealing with Rebecca, that sort of thing. Okay. Those zombies should be breaking through those doors too. Oh, they're not. Damn, surprising. But this game is not like that. Basically, you look at it. I think this game took the approach of, okay, Jack is the main story. This is like a side story, as opposed to in Resident Evil One, Jill and Chris are the main story, just told from different perspectives. But this is clearly more like a bonus. Still a different perspective, but you're not getting the full gist of what's happening. You're not getting like the meat of all this different situations and whatnot and characters. And even when you think about like the characters that she's looking for, even they are kind of like role players in the overall story. Like it seems like her friends are spies who were sent here to try to find like hidden terrorists or something like that. Because they were undercover as engineers, if you remember that little document that we found talking about them. So I would say you could almost look at her story as being. Thought I heard footsteps. Object. Yeah, you could look at her story as being similar to maybe Ada or Ada in Resident Evil 4. Was it Separate Ways or Assignment Ada? Yeah, again, just like a bonus. But if you really think about it, with Jack, you already get 90% of the story already. You get enough of the story to understand it. You can end it with Jack and you pretty much got it. I'm sure that with her you just get little bonus tidbits of information pertaining to the events on the ship. I will say, I do know this. I opened a door on deck 4, but I don't know exactly which one. So it's gonna be some running around like a dumbass. Because there are several doors here that haven't been opened yet. Have you guys ever seen that old Italian movie, the old Italian horror movie? I think it's called City of the Living Dead or something like that. Not the movie I was talking about earlier with Christopher. What's his name? This is a different movie. It's Italian horror, but I think it has like a similar name. No response. There is no power. Oh boy. Say deck 4. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I gotta go the other way. That don't make no damn sense though. Whatever. Yeah, it's a movie called City of the Living Dead. It's kind of an odd movie. It's like some preacher died, and then because of that, like these weird dead spirits started popping up and killing people, and then those people would pop up and kill other people. It's kind of like a zombie movie, but like it's like a zombie slash like demonic movie, demonic spirit movie. But there's one scene, man, bless this dude's heart, bro. It's this guy in the movie. I think his name is Bob. I hate that fucking name. I think his name is Bob or something like that. And he's like this weird outcast in the town because like years ago he got caught with an underage girl in the woods or something like that, and they thought he was trying to molest her or something. It's implied that he wasn't, and that they kind of just jumped to conclusions, but you're not really sure. They don't really explain it. I'm going back down to deck 3 because I can't go anywhere on deck 4. That door right there is locked. But he ends up in the worst situation because, he can kind of like sense the evil in the town, and he's kind of running around afraid that something's going to happen to him. So he hides, and this is on him. This was just fucking stupid. So he hides in the garage of the man whose daughter he got caught with all those years ago. So it's like, wait, why are you gonna hide in the garage of the man that believes that you molested his daughter or tried to molest his daughter years ago? Like, that's just stupid of itself, right? But the daughter finds him in the garage, and she's actually cool with him. Like she likes him, not like in a romantic way. It's not implied it's romantic, but she just likes him. Like she just think he's like, I guess she gets him, right. It's that kind of thing. Like, oh, he's misunderstood, and so I think she's trying to smoke a joint with him, and then the dad comes in, and they're like sitting in the car together, and then he's like, oh no, I got your ass this time. And so he beats the dude up, and he has like this drill tool like fixed to a table or something. And he puts Bob's head. He puts Bob's head in the fucking drill tool and like just drills a fucking hole in his head. And that scene it's so weird to me because it doesn't have anything to do with the zombies. Dude, we got a lot. Oh man, that's cool. We get some energy drinks in here. It has nothing to do with the zombies. Oh hell yeah! Did I not check this room? What the fuck? Oh hell yeah! It's got nothing to do with the zombies. It's got nothing to do with the evil spirits or the demons. Whatever is going on, this crazy ass. We got nothing to do with it. It's really just this dad killing this slow dude for no reason. Like I don't know, but it's a funny scene to me. But I hate to say it, but it's the way it's. You gotta see it. I know it sounds bad, but you gotta see it to get what I'm saying, bro. It's funny because like that dad, he's so mad, and like Bob is just like he's so fucked because it just looked bad. It looked so bad, but you can't feel bad for him because like why would you hide there? I get that you're scared because there's these weird shit going on around the town. I got you. But you gonna hide in the garage of the man that thinks you molested his daughter years ago? I mean, that's the type of shit that'll win you a Darwin Award, man. Let me hide in this garage. That motherfucker found and then got caught with the girl again. Got caught with the bitch again. Got his ass whooped and a drill through the head. Italian horror though is fascinating to watch. It really is. Because one thing you'll notice about Italian horror is, they've always been known for pushing the envelope and boundaries when it came to gore and blood. And a lot of times with American horror movies, even with some of the gorier, bloodier ones, the more intense ones, they cut corners when it comes to showing gore, when it comes to showing certain like death scenes and things like that. And I think sometimes it's because they just didn't have the technology. Like you saw that a lot in older movies. They didn't have the technology. Wait a minute. Is there a guy right in front of me? Hold up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Had a feeling he wasn't dead. But like they didn't have the technology, or rather the special effects, the right makeup to make some of that stuff look good. Like somebody getting their head chopped off or whatever, or a hand chopped. They didn't have it back then. Like now they can make that stuff look very real. They can make it look very brutal, but back then I think it was a lot harder with the special effects and makeup tech or limitations that they had at the time. But with those Italian horror movies, what makes them so interesting is that they didn't give a fuck. Like whether they had, whether they had the tech or not, he just came right back. He just keep coming back. That's like the fourth time I killed him. Yeah. That's on me though, because I do remember that I called that out earlier that he kept coming back. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. They do repopulate rooms sometimes, but they don't really have respawning enemies in the sense they'll keep on coming back. Usually they'll just be populate the area when you've advanced in the story or did something. But I think that this might be either a special case or like a glitch or something that he keeps coming back. I'm not sure though. It doesn't match up with the rest of the game though, because they don't keep repopulating the area every time you go in for most of these areas anyway that I remember. But yeah, it's like they didn't care, man. Whether it looked bad or not, they wanted to show it. That's what I always notice about Italian horror. It's like even if it looked bad, we just want to show that shit, man. Yep, he's back again. But I will say that scene with the drill that I just told you about in what City of the Living Dead, that shit was done pretty good. I've always been impressed by that. They did, like it does not look very fake. You can tell, but it's not bad enough to take you out of the movie. It's not like, man, that was stupid looking. Okay, pass this way. I know I'm supposed to be on deck 4, but I couldn't go anywhere. There was nowhere to go. So I'm thinking I got to go up to deck 4 from a different area, but I can't. I'm glad I did come back here though, because we found all that ammo and shit. So it wasn't a complete waste, but I'm gonna try to go back to deck 4 and see if I missed something. But they said I opened a partition on deck 4, but I couldn't go anywhere. Everything is closed off. Maybe I missed something though, so I'm gonna go back. But let me just wrap up checking this deck. What's this? Oh, well, maybe I can get there this way. Like maybe that's the idea, is to get to deck 4 from the stairs, and then now I'm not cut off anymore. Where am I? Yep, I'm on deck 4. Something is in here, and it's dark. I see you, bitch. Okay. But sometimes bad special effects can take you out of a movie. You gotta be careful with it. That's one of the bad things about Italian horror too, though. Like I appreciate how they push the boundaries of gore and death scenes and things like that, but there were definitely a few movies where they did not have the ability to pull off some of the special effects that they were going for, some of the death scenes they were going for, and it kind of takes you out of the movie. There's one that I remember in particular, one of my favorite Italian horror movies, Anthropophagus, or otherwise known as Man Eater. There's a scene when there's a pregnant woman on a boat. They had to leave her behind on a boat because she had an injured leg. Is that the partition? I think it is. Oh shit. Time to blast. I see you, bitch. I hope I can hit him from here. Oh, that's great. I feel like this is the first time I ever had to aim up, other than that one boss fight. I wonder if Jessifer takes out the remember that big worm monster that I was never able to kill? I wonder if that's like her boss, like she's meant to kill him. Okay. I would have took that if I found it. So either that was just placed there for her, or I'm not. Again, I do think that, like I said, they share resources. Oh fuck, to a certain extent. But I don't think I would have missed that. Because it was a pregnant woman on a boat, basically the pregnant girl. They left her behind because she hurt her leg, and she was on a boat with the the navigator or the like he was the assistant or something on the boat. He owned. I forgot what his role was. Like he wasn't part of the main group. He was just like their little assistant on the boat. And so the killer is stalking the both of them while they're on the boat, and he gets to the navigator first. He pulls the navigator into the water and cuts his head off somehow, and puts his head in a bucket. And so when the pregnant woman is trying to like the bucket is attached to a rope, so she's pulling the rope to get the bucket out of the water so she can soak her feet in it. And then when she puts her foot in there, it's the navigator's head in there. But that head looks so fake. Every time I see it, it take me out of that damn movie, boy. That head looked like, imagine like a giant Ken doll and you just take the head off or something. It looks so bad. Electrical supply board. I remember this bullshit. That's why, sometimes it's better. I hate to say it, but it's better not to be too ambitious at times. Oh, shit. Ward room probably isn't that important, right? This episode going by quick, too. Damn. Sometimes it's better not to be too ambitious because if you try to if you try too hard to make a death scene work or to try to make some gore work and you can't pull it off, there are several movies that have at least one moment that it takes me out every time, man, because it's just the special effects for the scene are so bad. Like the thing, the 1981 one, the Kurt Russell one. There's that part when I think the thing starts eating one of them and sort of like lifts him into the air, and his like he eats him by the head and the torso and then lifts the rest of the body into the air. Was that necessary? But yeah, and then lifts the rest of the body into the air. Wait, is that another door there? Let me check that first. I'm just check this out real quick. Yep, of course. But yeah, he lifts him into the air and he's like eating him. And so the man's legs are kicking in the air like this. And it looks so bad. It looks really fake. And you know, the thing is known for having really good special effects. And it really does. And that was before CGI and things like that. Like everything was just practical effects. And 90% of it is holds up, is really good. But that one scene is really bad. It's like, damn. Like who the hell thought that you shouldn't cut that bullshit? But it's an example of just being overly ambitious, man. And hurting the movie as a result. Now, luckily, you know, it's not remembered for that scene. It's remembered for its overall greatness, which is fine, you know. What object? What object they talking about? It just said object. Look again. You saw that? Maybe it's the inside. Did I not? I didn't come from here, did I? Man, I forgot where the hell I'm going. There's too much shit going on. This door is probably locked or something. Cause they love keep you. Yep, come on now, predictable. They love keep you closed off with her. They're trying to really streamline her experience, which I don't mind. You know, the bad thing about playing her is that you kind of feel like you already beat the game, and that you just doing overtime at this point. It just feels like overtime. The 2011 thing movie had similar issues. I mean, that movie had a lot of issues, but you know, they stepped away from practical effects and used a lot of CGI, which is like, okay. But then it's like, how do you use so much CGI and end up fucking up so many scenes with it? They had some bad CGI, right? To go lie. They had some bad. That shit was bad, man. I need to go lie. It worked in some places, but there were some bad uses of CGI in that movie. I told you. I told you. It's just the worst trying to use that damn thing. I shot him just enough to move him forward. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, trying to use those bombs. It's fun, but I ain't gonna lie. When you do it, we gotta be honest about this. I thought I had more level 2 energy. I thought I had like 5 of them damn things by now, right? The fuck happened? I thought I had several of these, bro. What the fuck? Whatever. It's a scary sight. Yeah. boy. Miss Cankles. Getting to the. Oh, what? No data. So we remember this area here. Did a lot of backtracking here, but I think I'm gonna end the episode there. You know, this episode was kind of weird. Am I tripping, or was there not a lot of story stuff going on? This episode really felt kind of bare. Like it felt like I was just backtracking over what Jack already did. You know, this part is starting to feel somewhat tacked on. Again, it's overtime. It's overtime. And you know, before I get off, I'll tell you one thing that would have made this part better. Give her a different weapon. Not just a different weapon aesthetically, but a different weapon. What weapon? Shotgun. Yes, she can have a machine gun, the pistol, all that. I think they should have given her, because my bet is that she has all the same weapons as Jack. Boring. If it were me, I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm the developer. I'm like, how do we make her part more different, more and more different from Jack's? Like that's the goal. Like, because right now, just like I'm just going over what he already did. One thing you can do if you don't want to expand too much on, you know, the scenario with different story events and whatnot. You being lazy, all right. I feel you. You know, I'm lazy. So I understand. But a simple thing that you can do is just give her a new weapon. Just give her a new weapon. One or two. Give her like a shotgun and a throwable bomb or something. Okay, throwable bomb might be better. Like I say shotgun and like something crazy like I was gonna say beam sword, but that's too much. That's too much. A knife would like couldn't be physical because when enemies get close to you, that's the thing about this game. When enemies get close, they got you, bro. Like I will say that they don't play when they get within 2 feet of your ass, 2 or 3 feet, boy. They grabbing you and they fucking you up. But yeah, at least a shotgun. And that in of itself gives the player just a new look, you know, a new strategy, a new feel when it comes to taking out enemies. So again, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm trying to help the game out, even though it's been out for what 25 years. I'm trying to help y'all out, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you in the next. China.